Are you ready to face the brutal truth behind your anxiety, your chronic indiscipline, and that persistent feeling that no matter how hard you try, you are running without going anywhere? Look at your life right now. How many impulsive decisions have dismantled your best-laid plans? How often have your floating identity been redefined by the last opinion you heard? Prepare to discover why your life, right now, is like water without a container, a ceaseless movement without direction or form. Today, we will reveal the ancient secret that Musashi, the legendary samurai master, hid in the first chapter of his treatise on strategy, the Earth Ring. It's not about fighting, but about root. This knowledge can give you the invisible firmness that precedes all action, the immovable foundation that allows, even in the worst of storms, its internal structure to remain unshakable. This quest for steadfastness isn't found in yet another productivity course that focuses solely on doing, nor in yet another superficial self-help mantra that ignores the chaos within. What you tried before failed because it focused on performance, on peak performance, and not on foundation. Ordinary solutions offer a surface gloss that collapses under pressure. What we seek is the silent substance that neither time nor external chaos can break. Wisdom is paradoxical. Miyamoto Musashi began his strategy not by the sword, fire, or wind, but by floor. He mapped the terrain before any movement. The foundation that supports the warrior is the same that supports the sage. Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, called this rooting in the void. Only those who are firmly planted can move freely. Only those who are rooted can be flexible without breaking. This is the paradox that unites the samurai, the Taoist sage, and the modern strategist. Self-mastery is the geography of the soul. The culture of speed disdains the time spent digging deep. This knowledge, though simple, has been fragmented by the modern world. It's a code of conduct more than a technique, and that's why it's become a secret, accessible only to those willing to stop running and start build your inner floor. In this moment, we will delve into the visceral pain of life without foundation and reveal the first key to transforming your fragility into force emanating from the earth. If you feel like your life is built on quicksand, comment now. I deserve deep roots. It's time to build the foundation that holds the storm. There is a particular anguish in the man who has not built his foundation. He wakes up and does not know who he is. He looks in the mirror and sees a stranger wearing his skin. His identity is floating. Every external opinion tears you down. Every criticism dissolves you. Every new trend redefines you. You become wet clay in everyone's hands but your own. You try superficial meditation, but silence hurts because it reveals emptiness. You try positive thinking, but it has nowhere to stand. This weakness isn't character weakness, it's structural. It's a life built without ground. Musashi saw this kind of warrior and knew he will fall before the first thrust, not for lack of technique, but because he has nowhere to stand. You live in permanent collapse, kept upright only by external noise, by third-party validation, for the next dose of digital dopamine. Their strength has no foundation, and that is why traditional methods fail. They try to decorate a building that is crumbling. Sun Tzu, Know the Art of War, stated that before any external battle, you need to know and strengthen your internal territory. The warrior must be the fortress that cannot be invaded. Musashi's foundation was not philosophical in the abstract sense. It was applied, visceral. The solution, then, is architectural. Self-mastery as geography of the soul, it's the missing key piece. It's the map that helps you see where your life is solid ground and where it's swamp, allowing you to stop struggling pointlessly. If you're tired of being held hostage by external noise and ready to map your soul, sign up now for Axiom Sage and activate the bell. Think about James, an engineer in London. He was a professional success, but an emotional wreck. His life was a series of impulses, abandoned new hobbies, volatile relationships, nights of scroll infinity that stole his sleep and his discipline. He was the man without ground, intelligent, but without ballast. James's turning point was when he realized that his posture was the silent declaration of his inner defeat. Musashi taught that posture is not aesthetics. It's strategy. When James began to straighten his spine, open his shoulders, and hold his gaze, he wasn't faking confidence. Neuroscience explains. He was sending dominance commands to his nervous system. Body of defeat produces the chemistry of defeat. Cortisol rises. The warrior takes a stand, and the force emerges as a consequence. James realized that change wasn't about feeling motivated to take a stand, but about taking a stand to feel the power. Transformation, he discovered, isn't an event. It's the invisible architecture that he builds every day. The first pillar is brutal honesty. The inner terrain is survival. Without it, you live in collapse. Start by mapping your reactions. What brings you down? What buys you? Where's the swamp? Posture is your first and most important discipline. It's not just physical, it's the body that refuses to lie. When the body positions itself with integrity, upright spine, open chest, it reprograms the emotional chemistry. It's the union of neuroscience and Bushido. True self-mastery is the discipline that no one sees. Musashi sought not reputation, but substance, forging himself in the isolated mountains. The man without self-control is hostage to every impulse, boredom, anxiety, immediate desire. Establishing your inner kingdom is being the gardener who rules your land. The fatal error is to confuse firmness with inflexibility. The rigid oak breaks, the flexible bamboo bends and returns. Zhuangzi teaches us, your strength must be like water, which yields and yet passes through stone. You need firmness to sustain and flexibility to absorb the impact. The modern mind rejects routine as a prison, but daily ritual is architecture that creates freedom. James implemented his 3 practices that do not negotiate. Intentional physical movement, a moment of complete stillness, no screen, no escape, and a small, honored promise to yourself. Each of James's rituals was his take driven into the ground of existence. It doesn't matter what you choose. What matters is that you choose and sustain it. Each honor day is a layer of invisible foundation. The truly rooted man does not fear change because its essence remains intact. It doesn't break because it doesn't need to be hard. It resists because it is deeply planted. The earth ring is the map to sovereignty over oneself. If the call for this invisible transformation resonates with you, sign up and activate the bell. Now, as you move, bring your attention to your center of gravity. Breathe deeply, grounding yourself. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the difference between running frantically and move from stationary center. If you felt this dense force and clarity arising, that is the immediate subjective proof. It is the energy of internal terrain that you are building. The earth ring is not a to-do list. It is a state of being. Musashi, Sun Tzu, and Lao Tzu unite. Strategy is not about attacking well, but about being so well positioned that attack becomes unnecessary. You no longer need to fight for position. The warrior who has built his inner terrain already won. How much firmer its inner floor, the less you need to cling to anything external. Reputation, money, toxic relationships, addictions. Real freedom is born from structure, not chaos. You remain in the same world, but inhabit it radically differently. The rooted warrior does not fight. He simply occupies its space with such solidity that conflicts and anxieties dissolve around you. Comment below on the sentence. My freedom is born from my structure. Don't put off this journey of self-discovery any longer. Sign up for Axiom Sage and activate the bell. Remember, like the warrior Musashi, its strength lies in the immovable base that allows all movement.